All right, this is the continuation of 12.1 on credit cards and installment buying. So we're going to finish up with this last problem that we left off with on a hot tub purchase. So Betty borrowed $6,500 on her Visa card, and the interest charges are 1.6% on the unpaid balance. So we want to find the interest charge, then we want to find the interest charge if she moves it to a different card, paying only 1% per month, and then we want to find the monthly savings. So for part A, we have the 6,500 times the 0.016, or the 1.6%. And that comes out to be $104. If she decides to move that balance, $6,500, and move it to only 1%, which is 0.01, she would be charged $65. And then last but not least, the savings is the difference between those two. So she would save $39 if she transferred those charges to a different card. All right, so now we're going to do one more problem on finding the average balance. And remember, with finding the average balance, the average daily balance, we have to find that so that we can find the finance charge that's based on it, okay? So you can see that our unpaid balance starts us off at $312.78, and that begins on the June 11th, okay? So June 11th, we have $312.78. That is in the account until June 15th when something happens. So we want to think to ourselves, June 11th to the first transaction, which would be the 15th, is 4 days. And that number is going to be important when we get to the calculations, okay? Then on June 15th, we have the $312.78, and then we made a return, which means we're going to take that amount off, of $106.45. So now we've got $206.33. Well, that stays in the account from June 15th to the next transaction, which is June 20th, which is 5 days. So now we go June 20th. We take the last balance, $206.33, and we purchase a coat for $115.73. So now we have $322.06 on our balance, and that stays in the account from June 20th to the 24th, which is 4 days. And then June 24th, we take the last balance, $322.06, and we add the car rental of $74.19. And so now we have $396.25. And that stays in our account from June 24th to July 3rd, which is a total of 9 days. Then on July 3rd, we have this amount, $396.25, and we make a payment of $115. So $281.25. And that's from July 3rd. And remember, it says assume 1 month in billing. So it will start, the billing date started on June 11th. So July 11th will be the ending date. And so that would be 8 days. Okay. And so we'll just make here July 11th is the end of billing. Okay? So I'm going to highlight everything, every balance here will get multiplied by this number. So we'll take this and multiply it by 5, and then we'll take this and multiply it by 4, etc. So now I'm going to write this out that we have 3/12/78 in for 4 days. 1, 2, 5, 1, 12. We have 206/33 for 5 days. 10/31/65. We have 3/22/06 for 4 days. 12/88/24. And then we have 3/96/25 for 9 days. And that's 3,566.25. And then we have 281.25 for 8 days, which is 2,250. So now we're going to add all of these up to get 9,387.26. And when we add all these up, I'm going to divide by 30. So the average daily balance is $312.91. Okay, now that we have the average daily balance, now we can find the, that's part A. For part B, now we can find the finance charge. And the finance, whoops, I spelled finance wrong. Finance charge is 1.5%. So 0.015 times the average daily balance. And that comes out to be $4.69. So the last question, part C, is to find the new balance. Okay, and really what you can do is the new balance is going to be this last ending balance, okay, 281.25, because we've done all the transactions, we've done the purchases, the returns, and the payments. So that last number at the end of the billing cycle plus the finance charge will give you the remaining balance. And that finishes up, and there's just some good information here at the bottom that just give you some good information on how to get control of your finances, which I think everybody should look at one point. And making sure, you know, basically with credit cards, if you don't have it, don't buy it, okay? Because those credits start adding up, and that's where we get into trouble. So I will do a video for 12.2 and send that out shortly.